All right, I am KingLeoPicasso, and welcome back to After the After Shows. It's good to see you all again. All right, yes. It's very good to see you guys, man. It's good to be back. Good to shoot another episode for you guys, and I hope you guys are ready for tonight's show. Now, let's see. We're gonna start off with the overuse of what we call kinesiotape. Is either everybody hurt or do you guys want to look like mummies? The overuse of kinesio tape is running rampant through wrestling. Every time I turn around, everybody has on kinesio tape in almost every match. I couldn't explain when I saw somebody's whole rib cage be taped in kinesio tape. I don't know if it's for storyline or if you guys are just using it for comedic purposes or if you guys are injured. Hopefully you're not. I know that wrestling can be tough on your bodies. Seeing you guys wrapped in the kinesio tape is quite a bit. Now, the most interesting one I have to say, I'm pretty sure all of us saw it, was we missed the Powerbomb Symphony from Wardlow. But as you can see, the back of his knees are taped. Now, this is a first for me, seeing the back of the knees of a wrestler taped up. Now, we all know how incredible Wardlow is. He's been cutting these incredible promos lately, but bro, if you're injured and you have kinesio tape on the back of your knees and you can't do the Powerbomb Symphony and you're just simply doing a powerbomb, then you may want to reevaluate what's going on. Now, it's not just AEW wrestlers. Some WWE wrestlers used to do it. The first person that I did see wear it was Claudio Castagnoli when he was Cesaro. But now it seems like it's running rampant through wrestling and everybody's wearing kinesio tape before the matches. Either you guys are working yourselves too hard or you guys just like putting it on for an extra effect. Hopefully you guys are okay. I know that injuries aren't a joke, but please, you guys, if you're not healthy, give that spot to another wrestler versus trying to keep the spot. I understand you guys are important to the system. If you're going out there and you're hurting and you're going to injure yourself further, you have us at home worried. And if you guys are hurt, give somebody else that spot. There's plenty of wrestlers in the AEW roster that get no run that actually can use it versus you guys trying to have a struggle match with kinesio tape on and you're really hurt and then you actually really hurt yourself and then you're on the shelf for months. The last thing we want to do is see somebody on the shelf for months and then we don't get to see them. That's when your momentum stops. I understand you guys are so dedicated to this thing, you're willing to put your body through it just as well as Darby Allin went through that glass. But you know what? Darby Allin was right back when he came back. Not everybody's built like that guy. So even Darby, look, relax. I don't want to see you out here hurt either. Please, for the love of everything, please get yourself healthy before you get back in the ring. All right, now, in other news, there's a great hype around a new video game just released, WWE 2K24. Now, me, myself, if you know me, I'm an avid WWE 2K player. You may not know it if you're new to the channel, but I do have quite a few videos. I did post up some stuff on that you guys can see from last year with me having a match between Andre the Giant and Cameron Grimes. That was crazy. It has to be the fastest match in WWE 2K history. My faction booted me for that match and didn't let me play for 2 hours while they were trying to figure out probably how the hell I won that quick. So, this year, WWE 2K24 looks to be absolutely insane. So I'm super hyped for WWE 2K24. And if you guys come back to the channel, you will see me playing it quite a bit. It will be there for you guys to watch. Hopefully you guys enjoy that gameplay because I get just as hyped as that for anything else in wrestling. So this probably is the best WWE 2K since 2K19. So I advise everybody go out, grab that WWE 2K24. This isn't an ad, but I'm just telling you as a gamer, from one gamer to the next, grab it. I also did, in fairness, get that season 3, and I just saw as I looked at it, Claudio has just been released, so I'm excited to jump back into Fight Forever as well from AEW. I know it's not the most people have jumped off of it, but the game is still fun. So I have hype for both games. Hopefully you guys do the same. Okay, now on to other pressing news. I know it's March now, and you guys are getting this episode, but I have to go back to February. February was Black History Month, and I told you guys last episode that hopefully we got some more wins, more than losses than we did. Yes! Things didn't change. It seems like they turned up the heat on the losses when you look at it. Every wrestler that I saw, I don't know if it was to push storyline or whatever. I understand that things were already in motion with some of this stuff, but you guys have to be a little more mindful when it comes to how some of us feel. A lot of the base come from different shades and colors. The wins and losses. I think it came to a head for me when I was watching the Elimination Chamber and a returning Naomi was eliminated first from the match, and then Bobby Lashley was eliminated first. Now I'm starting to think, okay, now they're ramping it up. Okay, I didn't see really any victories from many black wrestlers last month, and I'm like, all right, it's Black History Month. Come on, you guys gotta give some of them some wins. Now I did see Queen Aminata take a couple of victories, which was great over in the AEW. WWE, of course, Bianca got a couple of matches in, but the majority of the month it wasn't celebrated. I know that, everybody doesn't celebrate Black History Month, and that's an us thing, but at least we were able to see some matches over in Ashe Wrestling. But listen, you guys got to be more mindful. I saw one of my fellow streamers have a fit when the black wrestlers lost and we were watching it. I don't think her keyboard has recovered yet. So listen, be more mindful next year. Hopefully you guys think about it. Hopefully our voices are heard. Hopefully my voice is heard when it comes to it, because it's important. Representation is always important when we're watching these things, and we support wrestling just as well as anybody else does, as any other color. So I know that we are granted a month of Black History Month, and we should be celebrating it every year. Now, Bianca Belair is always booked strong. Lash Legend is definitely on her way up. We do get to see flashes of our favorite wrestlers, but it's kind of not fun to see them lose, especially during the month where we're being celebrated. That's one of the things that I will say. It was great to see The Rock come back and him doing his thing. It's great to see that, but we kind of want to see some of the wrestlers get over. There's plenty on the roster that you can choose and use to get over. Even get as close to a pinfall. It seems like y'all, after we said something about it the first episode, y'all dug in deeper and just said, all right, we're going to go for it. And yeah, a lot of the wrestlers I saw, it was just plenty of losses and not very many victories. We're a part of wrestling history too, okay? You can celebrate the black wrestlers on the roster without everybody getting upset. You know what I mean? You see us celebrating it on our timelines, but some wins in the win column would do us some justice, especially during that month. And some more merch. Please. While we're on Black History Month, let me give my condolences to the family of Soul Train Mike Jones, a.k.a. Virgil, a.k.a. Vincent. Growing up, his match with $1 Million Man, of course, which is probably one of the most famous matches that most people know him from if you were an 80s baby like me or the modern era. I saw everybody posting pictures of it, that match, him winning the $1 Million title. But he had a whole career before this. Most people don't know that he was the international heavyweight champion of the world at one point. I saw a lot of people posting RIP, but everybody posted the same thing. Now, I think people need to dig a little bit deeper into understanding who Mike Jones was. Yes. There was a time when a lot of people were coming down on him, wondering why his prices were set at a certain price point during his when he used to sign autographs. But looking at why, you would understand why he would have done that if you would have known his history before he got to WWE. This man was a champion. This man was Soul Train Mike Jones. You can see pictures of him. Here's one here. Here's the cover from what I did for him. Hopefully I will have an article up on the website later. But again, there's more history to a lot of different people. This is what I say about Black History Month and why it's so important to go ahead and dig into the history of some of these people. Again, people wondered why his prices may have been so high. He valued himself a certain way. There were people that made a whole website dedicated to his lines being short and called it Poor Virgil. I didn't forget that. And I don't know who started that website, but just know that it's still out there. There's plenty of Reddit threads of people showing him with empty lines. And, honestly, we do have to do better. This is why I created a resource center on NoDirtSheets.com, so that way we can try to start getting these wrestlers. They don't have funding. Pride myself on doing at No Dirt Sheets was creating a pipeline so that way these wrestlers have a place, so that way you can know their history when it comes to black wrestlers and wrestling in general, but definitely a concentrated effort on black wrestlers, because they say, hey, if you don't like what we have, then build it yourself. Guess what? No Dirt Sheets have built it. There is a resource center that you can go check out some of this stuff at, and you can go see the history on some of this stuff, some of my thoughts on it, and some of the other writers that do come through from time to time. The lifeblood for some of these wrestlers after they retire is a lot of their meet and greets. And people used to make fun of him. They had the whole website dedicated to him, all of these things, and they may not have understood why his prices were so high. This man was a world heavyweight champion at one point, before he got to WWE and became a valet for $1 Million Man and became the guy that held his money or just was a goon inside of the NWO. he did a lot more than it. And I suggest everybody go do their research on Soul Train Mike Jones. That's what I'm going to call him. He's more than that to me. We all know what he meant when he had that match and got into us, and how important it felt as a kid to see someone that looks like you beat someone that told you what to do every day. Everyone wants to, at one point, elevate over their boss, and him winning that $1 million title was such a big moment for me as a child. So what better way for me to honor him than to give him honors here? Maybe to give you guys some insight and to tell you to go look into his past instead of sharing the same pictures and just a quick, oh, well, R.I.P. Virgil, and that's it. You know, hopefully on No Dirt Sheets, we're able to start a fund for these wrestlers that people can donate to, so that way we can help get them some help needed. Maybe the No Dirt Sheets community can start a fund to help these wrestlers along, just as well as DDP does with his thing with DDP Yoga, so that way wrestlers of color can have a nest egg to help them when they need medical bills and things like that. Not everyone's granted a Legends contract from these companies or get to go out like Sting where they're taken care of. Sometimes, you know, that little bit of extra help can help versus us tearing people down towards the end of their careers. And it's not just for black wrestlers, but definitely there is a concentrated effort through No Dirt Sheets to make sure our people are taken care of. So with that said, R.I.P. Mike Jones. You will be missed. Thank you for the time that you gave us on this planet, and to see you in your different forms and formations. Man, even me finding out that you were a heavyweight champion at one point was an absolute gem to find. And I hope you are a wrestling world champion. All right, so next, we're going to get into the cooler. I know this may not be very popular, especially coming off after Black History Month, but Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits just isn't working as well as everybody thought it would. It was great at first. Then they tried to come with the Pride. As far as the name is concerned, I know that there was a problem when somebody called them boys, but that term's been around for a while. I mean, unless you're going to sue Wiz Khalifa for the song Mark Briscoe, relax, all right? I understand how much it meant for your brother, and you guys are them boys. I will not take that away from you. But back to the story at hand. Bobby Lashley has now become the coolest. They teamed him up with one of the greatest tag teams in WWE today, and it seems like they've been cooled off a bit. The Street Profits were very hot at one point. Montez Ford, actually, you guys know how I feel about Montez Ford. I think he can be champion one day. It's been said by plenty of wrestlers. They say it in the game. They say it everywhere. Montez Ford has star potential. Honestly, I think both of them can beat you in a solo match, and they both probably have a better moveset. Now, that's not to knock your career or anything like that, bro, but I understand that they put them together, and it was very hot coming out when everybody thought they were going to dominate and be heels, but then you guys start getting jobbed out to Karrion Kross right after that. WrestleMania season is here, and I'm not excited to see any of you guys heading towards WrestleMania. What's the storyline? Will you guys be there? Hey, Montez, Angelo, get away. Run as fast as you can. There was never a point in Bobby's career where he was the guy that talked. MVB talked for him at one point, and Leo Rush was talking for him at one point. And we all remember Bobby's favorite move, slapping his ass when he was with Leo Rush. That wasn't very great. So I would say this. Let's move away from that and get back more into the Street Profits. They are the bigger draw to me, and B-Fab is working with them. Yes! Bobby Lashley doesn't need to be there. He's a star in his own right. But Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits, oh, not a good thing. Run. All right, next up we have the indie scene. Now, life after the big leagues has seemed to be working for quite a few of these wrestlers that have been released by WWE and AEW. Recently, we just saw Nick Nemeth, Matt Riddle, and Mustafa Ali all become champions in the same week. Now, how incredible was that? I know, right? It was fucking incredible. I enjoyed to see it, although Matt Riddle did have some problems. He has been going around making his runs. He's been telling his story and talking about why he went through some of his problems. We all go through different things at times, so I kind of understand it. But you can't have that kind of conduct backstage, and in WWE, a well-oiled machine like that, they're just not going to go for it. So hopefully, with this newfound run that he is on, he does have a great thing. It was so great to see Nick Nemeth win his title, and at the same time, Mustafa Ali is getting his just due. He's champion in 2 different companies at the moment. So, round of applause for all 3 of these gentlemen for moving on and having life after the big leagues. You know what I mean? One day we hope to see them back. They're out there ringing the bell. You know how Triple H feels about it. If they go out, they make some noise. one day they may be back. Maybe they might want to go over to AEW and go that route. They may want to go to Ring of Honor, which is one of my favorite companies and to watch right now. We all know that. I told you guys about my affinity for it last week. I know, right? It's great. Ring of Honor has been great. Last week, Ring of Honor, little bit under an hour of watching. I thought I was tripping, but it was only an hour. But it would be a great place to see some of these guys land and cut their teeth at again, and to move their way back up to one of the big shows. So hopefully see you guys soon back to the big leagues, okay? All right. Now on to other news, Love and WWE. Now, what a great show. I'm only halfway through the season, but I have been enjoying myself watching the journey of Montez Ford and Bianca Belair, their training, things when their journey to try to make it to WrestleMania 39. I can see now as the story played out how things were working towards it, trying to work yourself into a spot. Montez getting into the Elimination Chamber, trying to find out what his big spot would be. Giving you and having that insight is so great. It's also great to see people that look like myself just in love and it not be negative in a reality show. I believe this show is shot very great, and going into the future, it's okay to see positive things. We don't always have to see things that are negative. This show is absolutely a gem to watch. I can't wait to finish watching the rest of the seasons. I hope everyone out there, if you haven't watched it, you do check it out. Love and WWE is fantastic. The episodes are only 30 minutes. You don't have to feel that you're constrained to watching an hour worth of TV. You can watch it in 30-minute increments and get through your day. So again, Montez, Bianca, thank you so much for allowing the cameras into your home to film your everyday lives. It is great to see it. It is great to see positivity in two WWE superstars. Definitely, I see the struggle that Montez has in trying to stay loyal to Angelo Dawkins and wanting to continue the Street Profits, but at the same time looking to be a solo star and break out because that's his dream. Everybody that starts out in wrestling, even myself, they have a dream of where they want to go. My dream started at WrestleMania 39, ironically. As a kid, I always watched it. I wished I could have been big enough to be a wrestler. I never had the size. I never had the discipline to even be in shape. If I show you guys pictures of what I look like back in the day, then you would understand, like, whoa, this dude right here. But now, these days, I still have aspirations to do things in wrestling. Hopefully, I'm able to do them one day. As I'm doing them now, I'm here now giving you guys content. So, there aren't any limitations. And when they say that WrestleMania has that magic, I can see why every wrestler wants to be on that card. You want a WrestleMania moment. I got mine in so many different forms that are still paying dividends, and I couldn't thank WWE enough for giving me that opportunity to be pressed. So again, back to Love in WWE. Thank you, Montez and Bianca. It is a great show, and I'm going to recommend it to as many people as I can when it comes to it. Well, sometimes your friends say, hey, we're going to a wrestling match, and you probably thought you were going to a big WWE or AEW show, but you end up at an independent show. Well, that scenario is always funny when friends take you to one of those things. I know that happened to me before, but we got some great content in from our friends over at Farside TV. Let's check it out. Here it is.
And now a short animation from our sponsor.
Man, I can't believe I let you drag me into this.
Oh, don't be that way, DJ. It'll be fun.
Well, I was told I was supposed to see Bianca Belair, and I don't hear no music, and I don't see no ponytail. So what's going on?
Oh, I did say that, didn't I?
I guess you do kind of favor Montez Ford. So is this not the WWE?
No, my friend, this is even better. This is an indie show. Independent promotion. Dominant league of wrestling.
D-Lo, huh? Yeah, they might want to change that.
Ladies and gentlemen, this match is scheduled for one fall. To my right, from Berlin, weighing 350 pounds, big, burly, Ben. And to my left, from the Amazon rainforest, weighing in at 219 pounds, Jungle Man.
What in the cosplay is going on here? It's the Big Show versus Matt Riddle, ain't it? What you looking at, man? What's up, man? Get your freaking Tarzan with the toes out and the tender account looking. Why you looking like that, man?
Oh, I guess we have a comedian. You have jokes, buddy?
Nah, but I do have nostalgia. Boy, you remind me of my childhood. Get your Georgia, the jungle's all as he can be. Oh, watch out for that tree. Face it. What you doing, man?
Why don't you come up here and say it to my face?
I bet you one of them jobbers that lose in like 10 seconds every week. They come and go against the same person, thinking that they're going to have a victory. Everybody think they're going to win this time. They're like, oh, he's going for it. He's going. Oh, no, he lost again.
That's it. This match is canceled. It's going to be me versus him versus Big Mouth over there this Sunday at Rock, Paper, Scissors for the big World Heavyweight Dominant League of Wrestling Championship. Would you guys like to see that?
Nigel, what's happening?
I believe you're getting over, mate. They just added you to the world title match. It's gonna be a big hit.
Yeah, okay, sure. But I ain't worried about nothing. It's all fake anyway.
The match has just been made official, and it will be a no-holds-barred triple threat anything goes, definitely not fake match.
Oh, no. Man, where's the bloodline when you need them?
We're back. All right, now, on to other news. I gotta say this. There's a bitter bitch out there in wrestling that I gotta address. Vince Russo. Bro, you are the biggest bitter bitch in wrestling. Shut your bitch ass up. Now I know, excuse my language, I'm going a little bit overboard with the way that I feel about it, but you keep talking about how you don't want to be a part of this, bro, and you don't want to do this, bro, and you don't want to go back. But it seems like you love something that just doesn't love you anymore. Maybe if you stop talking shit about it and find a way to find your love again for it, then you might make your way into the Hall of Fame or something one day. But I think you may have burned so many bridges that the shit's just not gonna work. You sound like a bitter bitch. Everybody shuns you. You have your fan base. Now you're crying about your fan base shrinking because, oh, I'm only hired by this company and I'm only required to talk about wrestling because of this. No, the thing is that you wish you can be back, but you can't. Maybe if you try something different and love the thing that you liked at one point that used to pay you big dollars, then maybe you'll enjoy it again. But you don't. You guys sit back and you watch clips. You don't even watch the whole fucking show. You have no right to speak on something that all of us here love. Am I right, ladies and gentlemen? Yes! Thank you. Now, I know I'm just a talking face again, sitting here behind a green screen in my makeshift studio or whatever the case may be, amongst my own audience, and you have your Patreon. You got even things clowning the people that love to do this and love to make content, castrating the marks. Bro, I'm going to use your word again. Bro, shut the fuck up. Nobody wants to hear you crying about it now and talking about it. I see you turning white and turning into Santa Claus now that your beard is growing, probably because those bills are getting tight. You talked yourself into a point to where nobody wants to hear you no more. Nobody wants to hear their grandfather complain about wrestling. That's just what it is. If you're not adding to it, you're taking away from it. And you need to stop being such a bitter bitch, Vince. All right, so it was great seeing you guys this week. And I'll see you again next week on the next episode of After the After Shows. You guys have a good one, all right?